You may not know, last Monday applications dropped for Spring 2017 Disney College Program.
I guess, as you know, the last two attempts didn't go so well.
But this time, yay!
So, the reason why I'm making this video is because I literally, maybe just about 10 minutes ago, got off the phone with my phone interviewer / recruiter for the Disney College Program, and I figured, hey, why not make a video so that way, in case someone else out there is stressing as much as I did,
because I don't like talking on the phone,
I can kind of help you guys out and get you guys prepared and have you guys just relax and get ready for this amazing journey that we're all about to go on together. And yeah, so let's go. My phone interview was scheduled for 10:15 this morning, and they had told me in the email just to prepare an hour block. So from 10 to 11, I printed out a sign, put it on my door, told everyone in my house, do not knock on my door in case I'm on the phone. And so at 10 a.m., I sat down in my chair, I pumped myself up listening to music, trying to calm myself down.
the High School Musical soundtrack is really good for that, in case you're wondering.
So, it was 10:17, my phone rang from a private number, which is common. That is the Disney College Program calling. You're not going to see what number they're calling from because, I mean, if they did that, then everyone would call them all the time, right? So if you get a private number or a number even from out of state, just make sure you answer it because it could be your recruiter calling. But anyway, my interviewer's name was Tanner or Connor. I think it was Tanner. I'm pretty sure it was Tanner, and I feel really bad because I wanted to say his name like back at the end, but I'm like, I didn't know if it was Tanner or Connor, and I didn't really want to embarrass him in case I mess it up, because when they call you, make sure you are in a completely quiet room because it's kind of very like muffled and echoey. Like you can understand what they're saying, but it's not like crisp and clear. So my suggestion to that is I have wireless Bluetooth headphones, and I made sure to put those headphones on and turn the volume all the way up, so that way in case there was any like background noise or anything, I could just hear what they're saying from both ears rather than just out of one ear. So if you have headphones or anything where you can use it and you can hear better on your phone, I highly suggest doing that. And make sure you're in a room where it's like really quiet. Like it's hot outside here, but I made sure to turn my AC on and cool my room down and put my ceiling fan on, so that way by the time the interview started, I wouldn't have to worry about having the background noise of the AC running. So anyway, yes, it was Tanner or Connor, and I had over-prepared. So my tip for that is, yes, kind of have an idea of what roles you want, but don't stress yourself out. Like, I did a mock interview last night with a friend. I had 5 pages of notes, and I didn't use any of them. Like, the only maybe one thing that you need to have prepared is you need to know what roles that you are interested in, like your high interest roles. So that way when they ask you, you can be prepared to say, hey, I want to do merchandise, or I want to do attractions, or whatever role that you feel fits your need. You can inform them when they ask you. But he went over the basic questions of, you know, asking me about verification. So he asked me about school. He asked me about some housing questions because he had seen that I had lived with a roommate before, but I've also lived independently. He asked me how I felt living with a roommate, or if I had any issues with a roommate and like how I resolved that. He asked me about the Disney look. So he asked me about hair, or like told me about hair, which, you know, unfortunately this is probably gonna have to go because I don't think it abides by the Disney look, but that's okay, it's just hair. And he asked me if I had any tattoos or piercings, which I was honest, and I told him I had a tattoo on my foot, which you can see without a bathing suit, and I also told him I have 2 piercings on each lobe. That way they can mark it down, and I was just honest and upfront right away. Then he asked me how the college program will help me professionally. I'm not going to tell you what my answer is because that's for you to decide, and that needs to come from your heart and why you want to do the CP program. He asked me about my job experience as an actor / makeup artist for a haunted house I had worked at. He asked me about my job experience as a spa attendant in relation to doing custodial. He asked me about my job position at Target, as he said, which I thought was funny. But I work at Target, so he asked me about my work experience there, probably in relation to merchandise. He asked me if I would be interested in children's activities and my experience with children, which, you know, I gave him my experience and told him how, like, I am the oldest out of 8, so, you know, naturally I kind of have experience with kids. He asked me about the prospect of working as a custodial cast member and why I thought I would fit that role, because that is honestly one of my top roles, which I know some people are kind of like, why would you want to do custodial? But trust me, after working as a spa attendant and being able to do custodial, like, you don't understand. Like, you get the highest guest interaction, you get to wander the park, you get to make sure it's clean, like, you get to help be a part of that process of when a guest walks in for the first time and they experience the magic. You get to be a part of that magic by making sure everything looks as beautiful as it can be. He asked me about my top 2 roles, which I gave him my answers for that, and he also told me that they're going to consider me for other roles. So, like, even with children's activities, I put, like, moderate interest on children's activities, so I was kind of very surprised when he asked me about children's activities, which I wouldn't be completely against. He also said that they would consider me for low interest. So that means if you put low interest for quick service food and beverage, you still might be considered for the program, or considered for that role. Then I had asked him a question about the program as well, which he really seemed to enjoy. I'm not going to say what that is, sorry, you guys are going to have to come up with your own questions, but he went on for a good, 3 minutes talking about the program and, different experiences and stuff that he's had with it. So, yeah, my time is almost up on here, so what I really want to say is don't overthink doing your phone interview. Prepare, but don't overly prepare, because you're not going to need it. And I sincerely wish you guys all the luck and all the best, and let's see what happens from here. I can't believe if I'm made to a phone interview after an entire year of applying. So good luck to you guys out there who are going to have your PIs in the upcoming weeks, and see you soon. Bye!